Hey everyone, so in this video, we'll be going through one of the more complex clear tables that we have built out for a client in the IT space, where we are targeting or where we are reaching out to companies that have recently lost an employee, in this case, software engineers, and we're reaching back to them and saying, hey, noticed Matt left your company back in August. Have you found any replacements? Have you filled that position yet? If not, can we help you guys out? So this is that's the campaign that we're trying to achieve here. And also to prefix this video, before we get into it, I want to say this wasn't internally built. This was inspired from Eric's IT recruiting playbook, from our cold emailing community, which most of you would know. So there are a few changes that we have made that will help you expend lesser number of credits, because if you take Eric's approach, I think you'll probably expend a lot of credits performing clay enrichments. So by doing this, we have kind of replaced clay enrichments with other tools that'll help you save money in the long run. So to start off with, as I said, we have two different tables. In the first table, it's a simple people's table where we are pulling software engineers from the US that have been working at the current company not more than 3 months or 4 months ago. So their experience in this current company is no longer than 3 months, or probably, I guess, 4 months. And yeah, we just have 3 or 4 simple filters in. And once you do that, you get access to a lot of data points. You get company name, full name, job title, location, company domain, and LinkedIn profile. So this is what we'll be using. So we'll need this person's previous experience to reach out to the previous company that they worked at, right? So for that, we'll have to enrich this person based on the LinkedIn profile. So once you enrich Chris Gonzalez, you get access to a lot of data points. So if you open up experiences, you can see that he's currently working at Zero as a software engineer. Previously, he was working at Outlet.finance as a technical co-founder and a full stack engineer. So in our campaign, we want to reach out to Outlet.finance and say, hey, noticed who's this person? Chris was working at Outlet.finance as a full stack engineer. Noticed he left back in, what's the end date? He left back in October. Have you found any replacements yet? If not, can we help you out with? Can we help you augment that particular position? So that's the campaign that we're trying to achieve. And to solve those edge cases, so you'll encounter edge cases where if you open up a person's LinkedIn profile, you will see that the person has a lot of experiences, but it's in the same company. He has had a lot of job title changes. Probably he was a software developer. Now he's a senior software developer, right? So if you end up reaching out to the second position, you'll probably reach out to the same company he's working out. So in order to solve that edge case, we are filtering out companies based on their company domain. So by performing this simple search, you'll automatically remove the topmost company from the experience. So if he's currently working at Zero, all Zero.ai company domain in his experience would be removed, right? So array of objects that you'll be filtering out would be experience, filter field company domain, filter mode does not contain, and then values company domain. So you map these values accordingly. So once you do that, you get access to a lot of data points. So we'll be needing 4 data points here. So you need access to when he left that company, which is the end date, the company LinkedIn, in order to find people at that company that you want to reach out to, and the company name, right? So 3 or 4 data points from that particular search. And now, for some reason, Clay is a bit funky. The formula generator doesn't work really well. It doesn't interpret the end date accurately. So you'll have to format it in this particular way, and then you perform a formula. And the formula is basically, is this date within 4 months ago? So you don't want to reach out to companies where, this person left that company, and he took a year-long break and then started working, right? It doesn't make sense. So you want to reach out to companies where this person ended working, probably 3 or 4 months ago, and you strictly want to reach out to such companies. So you perform a simple formula. If I open this up, is this date within 4 months ago? Question mark. So that's about it. And once you are done with that, you get a lot of true false outputs. We have filtered it out based on true, so you only see true in this table. And then you perform, I think this is what, this is the small tweak that we made from Eric's original clay table. So I think he performed a find contacts on all of these companies. So once you get access to companies here, what most of them would do is they would find contacts at the company, right? But most companies, especially in the IT space, these IT companies have a criteria, right? They don't reach out to companies, bigger than, let's say, 500 or 1,000 employees. You wouldn't reach out to Google saying, we'll help you augment your staff. I mean, most companies wouldn't do that. So first, we are trying to filter out companies based on employee count. So this is where you'll be saving a lot of credits, right? So if you have Apollo, you perform a simple employee count search. For this client in particular, we are not reaching out to companies that have more than 1,000 employees. So we'll only perform a find contact search on companies that have less than 1,000 employees. Previously, if you don't do this search in prior, you'll end up enriching everybody on your list, and you'll waste a lot of credits, and you'll spend credits on people that you wouldn't be reaching out to. So by doing this, you'll easily save a lot of credits. So we are only performing this search on companies that have less than 1,000 employees, and then you perform a find contact search. So what are the contacts that we are looking at this company? We want to reach out to CEO, founder, human resource manager, human resource director, CTO, president, CEO, owner. So these are the job titles we want to target. So automatically, you'll get a lot of profiles, right? So if I open this up, this would be, so the first person is Pavan. He's the founder and CEO. Second person, okay, for some reason it's the same person. Probably he has two different LinkedIn profiles. It's usually not the case. But anyways, moving on, the second person is Jason, who's the co-founder. So both of these people are ideal prospects that you want to reach out to. So once you perform a find contacts at company search, now you will be performing a write to the other table operation, because you'll not be able to open up all of these profiles on the same table. You'll have to write this to another table, right? So you open this field, you click on take action on list. Once you do that, this particular field will pop up, and then you map all of the fields accordingly. So in order to make our campaigns work, we need a name of the person, a name of the prospect that we are reaching out to, their website and the LinkedIn profile to find their email addresses. And now the touch points, so there are two different touch points that we are using. When we are reaching out to the person, we'll say, hey, noticed Matt left your company in August. So you need name of the person that left the company and the end date. So we are pulling both of these data points into the second table. So the second table, as I said earlier, will have all variables that you'll be using in your email copy. So once you write these data points into the other table, as you can see, you have the name of the person that you're reaching out to, you have the website, LinkedIn profile, and this is your touch point. This is the person who left the company. Right, and once you're done with this, now you're finding email of the people that you're reaching out to. Usually we perform an Apollo search first because it's cheaper. So once you perform an Apollo search, you validate it, because the emails that Apollo provides isn't that accurate. You'll have to verify it twice. So we verify it using Rayon in this case. So you get access to safe emails, you pull that into formula, and the ones where emails are either invalid from Apollo or are not found in Apollo, we perform a tag merge search. And finally, we merge both of these columns into the master email. So the final data points that we'll be using is the master email of the person that we are reaching out to, the first name of the person, the company name, and the person that left the company, and the month when this person left. As I said, the copy would be something like, if I were to take Victoria for this example, hey Victoria, noticed you left your company back in November. Have you filled her spot yet? Have you found any replacements? If not, can we help you out? Something on those lines. So this is how the copy would look like. And yeah, I think that's about it. The problem with this particular workflow is that I think in this case we expended close to 1,000 credits in order to build a list of 95 people. So it's definitely not feasible. The reason being, you're enriching everybody that's on your list, right? So if I were to go to the previous table, so here you can see that we enriched every person that's on this list. But the problem with this is you'll see people that previously worked at Google also, that you wouldn't reach out to. So there's no point in enriching these people. But in this workflow, that's the only way you'll be able to find out contacts at the company that you want to reach out to. So the other campaign workflow that we have thought about is first building out the company list instead of the people's list. So here we built out the people's list, right? And then we're backtracking it to find out the company that they previously worked at, and then you want to reach out to founders at that company. With the current workflow, you want to build a company's list of, let's say, a maximum of 1,000 employees, and you want to look for employees that recently joined this company, and then you want to look for their previous employer. But the problem with this is, of course, it's more complex. And the edge case that we are yet to figure out is, a person might have worked at Google before and might have downgraded himself, and, he might have started working at, a startup. So that's one case you can't solve. But when you look at it from a bird's eye view, not a lot of people downgrade, right? They usually, get promoted to bigger companies, bigger positions. Usually the employee counts of these companies increase automatically. So that's the reason I feel that campaign would work. But again, that's still under the works. We are yet to figure out to solve that particular edge case. How do we filter out people that worked at bigger companies before and are working at small companies right now? Right. So that's one edge case we are yet to solve. But that'll definitely give you better output, than this particular workflow. But yeah, this has worked well. I think we ran, how many did we run? I think it was around 50, 60 leads, and we already got 2 positive replies in that campaign. So it's doing pretty well, but in the long run, it's definitely not feasible because, you have a 10% hit rate, right? You're expending, 1,000 credits, you're building a list size of, 100 people. So on the long run, it'll hurt you. So that's something, that you'll have to think about, testing out different workflows to see which provides the most optimal solution. So yeah, I think that's about it for this video. Hope it helps. And cheers. Take care. Bye-bye.